Call the meeting to order and ask Councilman Cotton to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Councilman Poole is absent. I'll ask the clerk to read the call of roll.
Councilman Poole. Councilman Cotton.
Here.
Councilman Littles.
Here.
Councilman Watson.
Here.
Councilman Barton.
Here.
We have a quorum, Mayor.
Approval of the minutes from the last meeting.
May I offer a motion we approve our last meeting minutes?
We have a motion by Councilman Watson to approve the minutes, seconded by Councilman Littles. Is there any discussion? Councilman Cotton.
Yeah.
Councilman Littles.
Yes.
Councilman Watson.
Yes.
Councilman Barton.
Yes.
The minutes are approved.
I'd like to welcome visitors I see out here today. I hadn't seen them for a while. I'm glad y'all are here. And we're going to have an oath of office for the new city clerk. I think Ed Hines is going to do that.
You would raise your right hand. Repeat after me. I, Stephen Rudolph Newhouse,
I, Stephen Rudolph Newhouse,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Alabama,
and the Constitution of the State of Alabama,
and that I will faithfully and honestly
and that I will faithfully and honestly
discharge the duties of City Clerk Treasurer of the City of Brewton
discharge the duties of City Clerk Treasurer of the City of Brewton
to the best of my ability,
to the best of my ability,
so help me God.
so help me God.
Yes, please proceed. I'll address in more detail in the future, but I would like to say John Angel has done a wonderful job as the city clerk as long as I've been mayor, and I know he has for years before that, but I'll address that in another meeting because he's not quite out of our grasp yet at the city. He'll still be here for a while. Approval of the agenda.
Mayor, the council has a copy. There's a copy on the wall for the audience. Are there any changes to the agenda? Hearing none, those who would like to approve the agenda signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, say nay. The ayes have it. The agenda is approved as presented.
Next item is annexation ordinance.
If you go north on Belleville and you reach the four-way intersection where Stadium Street is, you can go 2 parcels beyond that on the right, and that's where the city limits of the city of Brewton would end. There's an annexation request by Patrick Poole that the lot beyond that, as indicated on the map here, would be annexed into the city. He's petitioned the city, he's satisfied all the requirements, and the last council meeting, I believe the ordinance was introduced, and at this time it would be appropriate if the council decided to deal with it to entertain a vote on it, but it's the council's wishes at this point.
I make a motion to approve.
Second.
Motion by Councilman Barton. Was the second by Councilman Littles?
Yes, it was.
A motion to approve the annexation ordinance number 14-1222 by Councilman Barton, seconded by Councilman Littles. Is there any discussion? Councilman Cotton.
Yeah.
Councilman Littles.
Yes.
Councilman Watson.
No.
Councilman Barton.
Yes.
Ordinance number 14-1222 is approved.
item we have is approval of the city's January 2015 accounts payable.
Make a motion that we approve.
Second.
Motion by Councilman Cotton to approve January 2015 accounts payable, seconded by Councilman Barton. Is there any discussion? Councilman Cotton.
Yes.
Councilman Littles.
Yes.
Councilman Watson.
Yes.
Councilman Barton.
Yes.
Motion is approved and the accounts payable will be paid.
I believe we have a representative from the police department to address the council.
Mayor and City Council, how are y'all this evening?
Fine, sir.
I'm employed with Brewton Police Department, and I'm currently assigned to the Narcotics Division within the Police Department. And this evening, I bring the issue on the revocation of the business license for Tires for Less. Police Department has received several complaints over the years with illegal drug activity that has took place at the business. The business was a quality of life issue, I believe, for the citizens of Brewton, and especially with its location being so close to the elementary school and right here at the police department. We were able to conduct an undercover investigation in the past several months, and we got probable cause to get a search warrant and conduct a search warrant on January 7th, 2015. And upon executing the search warrant, the manager, Tracy Sellers, was arrested along with her son, Daniel Sellers, and his girlfriend, Tasha Graves. And during the search warrant, several different types of illegal narcotics and illegal drug paraphernalia were found. These items were found all throughout the building, not just in one central location. It was kind of accessible for everybody employed there. And basically, the police department is at this time requesting your assistance in preventing the business or any future businesses being licensed to Ms. Sellers, Mr. White, or Mr. Havard. These individuals all had past businesses that presented issues to the quality of life in their communities, and we'd like to prevent any future activity of this nature within the city limits of Brewton.
Yeah, we would just need a motion to that effect.
Yes, if the court, if the council deems that it's best to revoke the license in order to protect the health and safety of the citizens of Brewton, it has every right to do so.
I make a motion to approve.
Second.
A motion by Councilman Barton, seconded by Councilman Watson to revoke the business license of Tires for Less. Is there any discussion?
I got a question, officer. I know you're saying you're trying to bar these individuals from putting a business back in Brewton, per se. But what if they get it, like, say, Mr. Watson, will you open this in my name or open it under your name? How will we know they're not back involved in it? You know, that's what I'm getting at. It's hard to say.
It's hard to say. That's kind of the problem we ran into with this business. And those three individuals that I named were individuals we were able to tie in with this business. Being able to point out everybody they're associated with, that's hard for us to do at this time.
Okay.
You said you had probable cause to do the warrant and go in and I guess, search this building?
Yes, sir.
Or this residence, whatever it was?
Yes, sir.
What gave you the probable cause?
From the complaints, we were able to send a confidential informant in who was able to buy
That's what I'm looking for.
illegal narcotics out of the business and actually bought from inside the business from employees.
Okay.
Mr. Mayor and Council, I'd like just to express for the record that the license owner, I believe, was Mr. Tony Smith.
Thomas White.
Thomas White, excuse me. Thomas White, he was sent notice that this would take place today, and he would have an opportunity to be heard in opposition to this action and be able to present evidence as he deems fit and show cause why it should not be done. And I don't think Mr. White is here.
No, sir.
And so I just want to note that the procedures of due process were followed, and he elected not to come. So,
Thank you.
Any other discussion? Councilman Cotton.
Yeah.
Councilman Littles.
Yes.
Councilman Watson.
Yes.
Councilman Barton.
Yes.
The business license is revoked. The motion passes.
I call on the city clerk for the next 4 items.
As you all know, we have a CDBG project that's going to concentrate or focus on the Loveless Conley area. And we're glad to get the grant, but there's some bookkeeping procedures that have to be followed in order to acquire the funds, to keep records of the funds, and to efficiently manage them. These are standard resolutions which we have used before, but they're appropriate and they're right for us to implement in council meeting today, ensuring that we're going to look after it and we're going to manage it appropriately. The first one is a resolution to establish standards of conduct for public funds, and that's resolution number 15-0112.
I offer motion to approve resolution number 15-0112.
Second.
Motion by Councilman Watson, seconded by Councilman Barton to approve resolution number 15-0112. Is there any discussion? Councilman Cotton?
Yes.
Councilman Littles? Yes. Councilman Watson?
Yes.
Councilman Barton?
Yes.
Resolution is approved. The next one has to do with the maintenance of financial records for the CDBG grant.
I offer motion to approve resolution number 15-0112-1.
Second.
Motion by Councilman Watson, seconded by Councilman Barton, that we approve resolution number 15-0112-1. Is there any discussion? Councilman Cotton?
Yes.
Councilman Littles?
Yes.
Councilman Watson?
Yes.
Councilman Barton?
Yes.
The resolution passes. The next one has to do with program procurement procedures. Again, it's a standard resolution.
Make the motion.
Second.
Motion by Councilman Cotton to approve resolution number 15-0112-2, seconded by Councilman Barton. Is there any discussion?
Steve, question.
Yes.
How far are we implementing this plan? Are we, I guess, John, you would know?
How long before we let contract?
Yeah.
Probably June or July.
Okay.
And the goal, the target, is to get this all completed in this year. You can't get but one CDBG grant per year, so we want to get it taken care of, and we know there's a deadline there. May not, but that's the goal.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Any other discussion? Councilman Cotton?
Yes.
Councilman Littles?
Yes.
Councilman Watson?
Yes.
Councilman Barton?
Yes.
Resolution number 15-001-2 is approved.
Next item is the renaming of the CTC Park, and I'm going to ask the city clerk to read that resolution.
Steve?
Yes.
Before you read the resolution, can we have two ordinance numbers the same?
Ordinance.
Look at the ordinance numbers. What we just approved for,
Ordinance is a resolution.
we have the same numbers?
That's an ordinance.
Thank you.
That's an ordinance there, not a resolution.
Okay, thank you.
An ordinance renaming the CCC Park as E.O. Wilson Park. Whereas Edward Osborne E.O. Wilson is an American biologist, researcher, theorist, naturalist, and author born June 10, 1929 in Birmingham, Alabama, and whereas land has been recently donated to the city and referred to as the CCC Park, based on its history, and will be developed along with adjacent areas to include nature trails, birding sites, canoeing, kayaking, and camping and hiking, and whereas E.O. Wilson lived in Brewton, Alabama when he was 15 years old, becoming interested in the 40 species of snakes in the area and exploring local areas, one of those being the future site of O'Bannon Park, and whereas E.O. Wilson became an Eagle Scout in Brewton and went on to become a multiple Pulitzer Prize winner, his autobiography, Naturalist, includes these stories as well as his study of ants, which led him to the discovery of the first fire ant colony in the U.S. near the port of Mobile, Alabama. Therefore, be it ordained by the City Council of the City of Brewton, Alabama, that the CCC Park, also known as CCC Camp Park, is hereby renamed and hereafter known as E.O. Wilson Nature Adventure.
I think, are you finished?
Sir?
Is it appropriate that we introduce this ordinance 15-0112 first?
Okay.
Make that motion.
Yes, sir.
Second.
A motion to introduce ordinance number 15-0112 has been made by Councilman Littles and seconded by Councilman Watson. Is there any discussion? Councilman Cotton?
Yes.
Councilman Littles?
Yes.
Councilman Watson?
Yes.
Councilman Barton?
Yes.
The motion is introduced.
Offer motion for immediate consideration of ordinance number 15-0112.
Second.
Motion by Councilman Watson for immediate consideration of ordinance number 15-0112, seconded by Councilman Littles. Is there any discussion? Councilman Cotton?
Yes.
Councilman Littles?
Yes.
Councilman Watson?
Yes.
Councilman Barton?
Yes.
Mayor Lovelace?
Yes.
Ordinance number 15-0112 is immediately considered.
Offer motion to approve ordinance number 15-0112.
Second.
Motion by Councilman Watson to approve ordinance number 15-0112, seconded by Councilman Barton. Is there any discussion? Councilman Cotton?
Yes.
Councilman Littles?
Yes.
Councilman Watson?
Yes.
Councilman Barton?
Yes.
Ordinance number 15-0112 is approved and will be published.
I think the next item on the agenda is an appointment to the Tree and Beautification Board, and that's a mayoral appointment, and I appoint Kate Owens to that board. And do we have any announcements or comments?
It was an ordinance. I have no announcements, but I do have one comment.
Okay.
It's to come from Will Ruzick from Coastal Gateway.
Thank you, Mayor, Council. Just want to touch base with you guys
Thank you, sir.
tonight. You may have seen a series of publications in the media on our energy summits we'll be conducting throughout our 5-county area. And just want to make sure and bring it to your attention so that we can get as many folks to these summits as we can. We're going to be doing 7 summits in 5 counties in 4 days. And actually here in Escambia County, because of geography, we're going to be doing 2. One down in Atmore, and the one here in Brewton will be Wednesday, January 28th, and that's from 1 o'clock to 4 o'clock. And a little bit about what we're going to discuss at the summits. This is what we call our Coastal Gateway Energy Initiative. And we have partnered with USDA and ADECA here in the state to bring opportunities for energy efficiencies to our small business, our existing businesses and industry. We think energy is something we've all considered, so we're trying to make it as easy as possible to explore energy efficiency opportunities. We've also partnered with local utilities. Most of everything in the city here will be Alabama Power, and they've been instrumental in stepping up to the plate. They're going to actually provide energy audits. So that's a huge cost for anybody that may have a business, or if you think about a manufacturing facility and for somebody to go in there and comprehensively assess their energy needs, the understanding what's available out there and how much savings are out there in any upgrades, to be able to take that information and put that in a report, that's a pretty expensive endeavor, and they've agreed to cover that cost. So we want to make sure we have as many businesses as we can present at these summits to learn about this opportunity. There's a 25% grant available, which is done through USDA, and then the rest, 75%, will be utilized. We'll be utilizing ADECA's 1% loan program, which actually partners with our local lending institutions. So what we're trying to do is bring as much money into this region as we can. We're trying to keep as much money into this region as we can. We're trying to make our existing businesses as efficient as possible. We also want to make sure any contractors that may have an interest in doing some of this work, we want to keep that within our region as well. So we would like them at this summit, because we want to make sure they're registered. We're going to be pulling off of a registered database so that we make sure we give our local folks prior commitments on the work. So that's a little bit about what we're trying to do. And again, we want to make sure we can get as many folks there as possible. It'll be at the Neal Auditorium. There's no cost to attend the seminar, and we're trying to make this process as low cost or as no cost if possible for businesses and industry to take advantage of this. These are programs that are in existence. What we're just trying to do is tie business to the programs that are available and make this an education process so they understand what's available, and hopefully we can spur some economic development out of this. So I appreciate your time. I'll certainly address any questions if anybody has any.
Thank you, Will.
All right. Thank you so much.
Motion to adjourn.